Well, the latest job openings report shows there were nearly 11 million U.S. job openings to close out July. Question is what's behind workers leaving their jobs and how do employers keep workers in the middle of this ongoing change? Thomas Vick, Regional Vice President with Robert Half, joins us this morning to talk about it. Good to see you again, Thomas.
Good to see you.
Again, it's something we've been talking about, that what a job seekers market this is, and we see more of that evidence right now.
Absolutely. I mean, we continue to see a record number of job openings out there. We continue to see a record number of people leaving their job for other opportunities. And so with that, it continues to be a great market for candidates that are looking for new opportunities.
What about some of the specifics? Where are we seeing an increase in people who are leaving their jobs, and what are some of the reasons they're giving for walking away?
We continue to see an increase really across most of the industries out there. It really seems to be, whether it's IT, accounting and finance, administrative, HR, it's really across the board. And the biggest reason they're leaving is due to compensation or lack of flexibility. Or another thing that we're hearing quite a bit of is their vision and their career development no longer aligns with what the company is looking for or what the company is looking to do with them in particular.
I want to get to that in just a minute, but first I do want to talk about some of the issues. We hear so much about it right now. So many people have spent now the better part of a year and a half working from home, and as companies sometimes try to begin that transition back into the office or the workplace or what that might look like, they are getting some pushback in some cases, people who've gotten more used to these different type of schedules.
Absolutely. People are used to having a flexible schedule and being able to work from home, work remote, and even doing, what we've heard about called windowed work, where they're working in certain hours of the day and then taking time to spend with their family or whatever it might be. So in general, they've gotten a lot more used to and a lot more comfortable with this flexibility that they have now.
And this is something, then, to get to this next point, employers or business owners, they may or may not like that. They may have to deal with that just a little bit, even if they don't care for it, in order to retain and keep their top talent, part of that, what you might call the re-recruiting of some of their better performers.
Absolutely. Companies have to realize this is a candidate-driven market right now, and they're going to have to be flexible more so than maybe ever before. And the ones that are willing to do that are more likely to retain their employees, and the ones that aren't, obviously, are at much higher risk of losing the employees that they have.
And then just beyond that, it's just a good idea for any manager or employer to look at some of their top performers, their top employees, and just kind of re-interview them, recruit them a little bit, just ask what's working, what's not. Maybe make them feel a little more engaged in that overall process.
Absolutely. I would recommend a few things. First, that they're regularly talking to their employees and talking about what their vision is, what the vision of the company is, making sure that aligns. Second, I would make sure they're regularly talking to them about what their career development looks like within that organization. And then third, I would recommend companies are evaluating their compensation, the benefits, and making sure they're competitive to what's on the market right now.
That's on maybe that top end of some of the top performers who are most liked in their companies and stuff. On the other more entry end, we are before too long going to get into that classic holiday hiring season, I should say.
Yes,
that's going to be tougher than ever, I would imagine, more challenging than ever for employers this year.
Yeah, all indications are that we're going to continue to see this be a very, very tight labor market, and companies need to understand that and be willing to, as I said before, be really, really flexible, even if they haven't in the past. So we don't see anything right now that leads us to believe that this is going to slow down. We only expect it to continue to become even more of a tight labor market. And when you see almost 11 million jobs posted, it tells us almost everybody's looking to hire right now.
All right. Find out more about all that on roberthalf.com. Thomas Vick, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.